Can Brics, torchbearer for the emerging world, challenge the established order? At the summit for a new global financing pact in Paris, South Africa's leader raised the heat on the West, with the gaze of the host, French President Emmanuel Macron, squarely on him. President Cyril Ramaphosa used his remarks at the closing ceremony to first address his Brazilian counterpart. He said with a grin, "President Lula, don't worry. When we have the Brics meeting, the issue of currency is top on the agenda, so we are going to discuss it." South Africa, host of the Brics Summit for Emerging Economies next month, has invited at least 60 leaders, but reportedly not Macron, who has made it clear he would like to attend. In the world of diplomacy, often scripted and cordial, Ramaphosa's behavior was akin to a slap at the Oscars. Developed countries such as Canada and the UK that are battling a severe skills shortage have set their sights on South Africa. A gathering storm has been forming in the healthcare sector as the country forges ahead with implementing the National Health Insurance, NHI. Uncertainty surrounding the scheme's practical implementation has prompted an exodus of skilled workers, exacerbating the country's ongoing brain drain crisis. The brain drain is not only a problem for the healthcare sector. South Africa is also losing skilled workers in other fields, such as engineering and finance. This is having a negative impact on the country's economy and its ability to compete globally. In addition, the British Department of Education announced an offering for international relocation payments of about $243,400 to foreign physics and language teachers, with their target set firmly on, among others, South African teachers. And recently, an immigration report out of Canada revealed that hundreds of South African healthcare professionals and workers have entered Canada's newly launched Express Entry Pool for permanent residency, provided by Syndicate Media Incorporated. Continue reading. Macron had been effectively and publicly sidelined. His objective, to have the West lead in areas such as sustainability and green finance, was derailed. Increasingly, nations no longer bet on the West to solve their problems, looking instead to Brics, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Will the bloc seize the opportunity or squander it? The Department of Public Enterprises, DPE, says the Competition Tribunal's conditional approval of the Takatso Consortium's intention to acquire 51% of South African Airways, SAA, is a significant step in making the state-owned airline competitive and profitable. The tribunal announced its decision on Tuesday subject to conditions involving a moratorium on retrenchments and divestiture of the shareholding by the minority shareholders in the Takatso Consortium. DPE Minister Pravin Gordhan has hailed the decision. The approval by the Competition Tribunal also sends a very strong message about the extent of the hard work that has gone into this transaction, considering that SAA was on the brink of liquidation. The steps we have taken will ensure that SAA is returned to profitability and sustainability, the minister said. Gore then highlighted that a well-capacitated SAA has the capability of boosting the country's economy. With this decision, the Competition Tribunal has affirmed our belief as government that a revitalized and a well-capitalized SAA presents the country with significant opportunities to boost economic connectivity and strategic reach that should benefit our economy and our people for years to come, he said. Bangladesh, the cost of solar panels may surprise UC prices. The minister emphasized that the airline's turnaround serves as a beacon for what state-owned companies can achieve when given the right framework. I am confident that the repositioning of SAA sets a very good example of what can be achieved when the right financial and operational framework is given to state-owned companies so they can fulfill their mandate to advance our economic transformation and development as a country. It is very gratifying to see that we are on the verge of having SAA finally infused with the requisite strategic vision, expertise, and capital by Takatso, Gordhan said. USNews.gov.za